Hey guys, this is Steven from the Logical Option. I'm here to talk to you about trading on a spread and some of the new things that we've put onto our simulator tool at the logicaloption.com. So first, we'll go over what trading on a spread actually is. This is a technique where if you have a couple different signals you're trading on and say one of them has a higher win rate than the other, it will be advantageous to put more on the signal that has a higher win rate, a little less money on the signal that has a lower win rate. If this plays out for a while, you'll end up with higher return and reducing your risk in the long run. This also goes for if certain signals you're trading on have a lower payout as well. So in this video, I want to go over how much this can help and then how we can help you set up a spread. Okay, so first let's look at some options domination signal stats. These are some that they've recorded on their analytics page. So if you have an OD account, you can see all of these and their updated win rates. But we'll just use what I have here. So these are four different types of signals that they put out. I chose these ones which you can have access to at the inheritance level of options domination. Here I have the TMR, the MR1, MR2, and CMR. Now you can see their win rates that I've listed: 66.2, 57.7, and so on. And then payouts that are typical on Boss Capital. So for the TMR, those are short-term, typically 5-minute trades, and on Boss Capital, that's generally 67% payout. Now for the other three, those are all generally hour-long trades, and in that case, the payouts vary quite a bit, anywhere from like 75 to 85%. Now, for demonstrating purposes, I gave each of these signals a different payout, 75, 85, and 80. Now, if you're on a different broker, those will change, so you'll need to put in your own inputs there. And then on the last column, I have a weighted average of those. So the weighted average win rate there is 61% of these four signals, and then the weighted average of the payout on Boss Capital would be 76.5%. We will use these to input into our optimizer tool to see how much we should be staking per trade on these. So we go over to the optimizer tool. This is here at the Logical Option. If you have an account with us or have signed up as one of our affiliates to one of our recommended signal providers, you'll have access to this optimizer. So what I've done is I've input all of these numbers into the optimizer to see how much we should be staking per trade. Now I set the risk level at 5% and the loss threshold at 50%. So that means that with the configuration, we have a 5% chance of losing half of our initial investment, which I had at $1,000. So this may be riskier than you like. It may be too conservative, but this is just for our demonstrating purposes. So we go over here, and for each win rate, this is what the optimizer says we should be staking. So for the TMR, 6.6%, 1.3%, 3.9, and 10.8%. So you can see, if you have a high win rate with the 67% and a pretty high payout at 80%, you're going to be staking a lot more on this trade than you would be like the MR1, where you're only at a 58% win rate and a 75% payout, where you're only be wanting to stake 1.3%. Now, if I took the weighted average of these with a 61% win rate and a 76.5% payout and ran that in the optimizer, that gave out a 4.7% stake per trade. Now I'll show you the results on the simulator. The two ways I did it is the first where I used this weighted average. So if we go over here to the simulator, I put in all the numbers. So the win rate is 61% and then the payout is 76.5%. Now I started with an initial investment of 1,000 and did this over 250 trades. So here's the results. As you can see, there's that about 5% risk of ruin that we optimized it for, with an additional almost 11% risk of loss. So overall, about 16% chance of losing money, and the median bankroll is about $1,900. So that's pretty good, but I want to show you how much of a difference you can make by trading on a spread. So if we, instead of just trading the same percentage on each signal, what if we broke it out with these 4 percentages based on the signals coming in and see how that changes? Okay, so now I'm going to show you our new advanced options on our simulator and how trading on a spread will affect the return on investment. So I'm going to hop over here to the simulator, and here I've inputted the stats. So if you don't know how to use a simulator, please watch our other simulator training video. But here I've inputted all our stats, and the win rate here and the stake per trade are the signal 1 here. And then click on advanced options, and down here I've inputted each of the other win rates, so signal 2, 3, and 4, and then the percent stake per trade in each one of those, and then the return on investment from each one of those, and then the percent of the total signals that will come from each of those, which you can find here, the total here divided by 1760 for each of those signals. So now, after you run this, you'll end up with the distribution here. Again, the risk of ruin is about 5%, but then the risk of loss without ruin is only 2.4, so that went down quite a bit. And then this is where we get a big jump. So the median bankroll after trading on a spread jumped to 4,200. So if we look at the comparison here, if we just traded the same percentage on each and optimized that to about a 5% risk of ruin, we ended with a balance of about 1,900. Whereas if we did a spread with almost the same risk of ruin, by trading more money on the more valuable trades and less money on the less valuable trades, we ended up with a median balance of $4,200, which is pretty significant. Now this will change based on whatever signals you're using and what type of risk you're comfortable with. So I'd encourage you to sign up for Options Domination, start getting their signals, and then start using our tools to help optimize your trading experience. So can you see here is if you use our tools, you can optimize your spread. In this very simple scenario, it more than doubled the return by just adding a simple spread into your trading experience. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this helped.
If you want to learn more, please click one of the links in the description below.